My fingers are glued to it. Okay. We're going to find some solid cedar somewhere in there. I'm going to use this for the neck and the fretboard. Okay, what you're looking at here is all the wood I cut and planed for the DougaDinky. So I have a running theme for the titles of my guitars. I have the Dougalele, which is a gutalele. I have the Dourg, which is the Douglas RG. So this is going to be a super small form factor here. It's going to be the size of a soprano ukulele, but with a neck of a regular guitar. So it's not going to be a little tiny neck. So it's going to be the body. This is going to be the bridge. This is going to be the top and bottom. This is going to be the bracing. This is the headstock. And this is going to be the neck. And then, of course, we have some leftover frets from some frets I bought. This is that cedar fence. Oh, oh, oh. I am experimenting. Why not? There we go. New way to do it. Feels strong. So I'm going to make this into the nut. If it doesn't work, I'm going to shave it all the way down. Okay, here's how they turned out. It actually looks book matched, kind of. Very interesting. I chose the right pieces of wood to go together. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut the basic shape of these, and we can start doing the bracing. It's not the best job I've ever done, but it'll work. Isn't this how the professionals do it? Yay! Physics. Feel the chisel. Don't pile! Get a good workout every time I build a guitar. It's been 2 hours. Well, let's start with the back first. We're not going to do any lateral braces, because why? It's so small. Maybe we should shine a little bit of light. Ooh. Let's get some crazy looking stuff going on here. You come to this channel for, you know, fresh ideas. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's see how easy this is going to be. This wood I'm using is, I have no idea what it is. Oh, it's pretty tough to cut into. That's great. It's not horrible. It's not as bad as the first guitar, but that's pretty stiff stuff. Oh my gosh. If you came to this channel for quiet scallop bracing, you came to the wrong place. Oh man, I just popped it off. Well, that ought to prove that the glue is indeed dry, because we got all the way down there. Oops. You're gonna hear that a lot during this build. Oh, that was a big one. Ooh, that was easy. Hey, thank you for working with me, piece of wood. We got the ends tapered off. Let's start working on the scalloping. That's as deep as we will go. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm happy with that. Sorry about the poor lighting, but you get the point. We're gluing. Yes, I do have enough clamps on here. I actually have 3 or 4 more I could put on, but I think this is enough. Okay, so here's what I decided for the top. I'm going to make a lot of peaks. That's what these little peepees stand for. The first one, I'm going to have peaks at the points where these will be at the end, where there's going to be the most stress. So, this will be, well, it'll be like this, but on the other side. So, when it's being pulled on, it'll have a peak, and then when it's being pushed on, it'll have a peak on the other side. That's my idea. I don't know if it's a good one, but we'll see. We're going to go down to the same depth, but I want these to be taller so they're more structural. So that's about as deep as we're going to go. I'm going to, of course, knock off the peaks, but super ribbed. For my dad's pleasure. This is for him. I'm building this guitar for my dad. Sorry for the spooky lighting, but it's nighttime and I'm going to try to make it a similar size to one so you could replace it if you need to. I wanted to only like route out the middle, but then I was like, how am I going to do that? I guess I could do it with the router. Okay, this is going well so far. I don't know if that's good enough, but we'll see in a moment. So now we're going to cut this piece of ebony I have left over. So we're going to fit this into here. And it looks like it almost fits on this end. I just got to thin this side. Okay. This is working. Ah, it's almost thin enough. One slip and there goes my fingerprint. Oh my gosh, I got it in. It took some finagling. These are not the slots of the strings. This was a fretboard at one point. Okay, so I'm going to put some more ebony on this. I'm going to put it on top here. Okay. Well, it went on a little bit crooked, but... And my fingers are glued to it. Okay. Like, pretty bad here. Okay, this is probably the worst super glue. It's going to rip my fingertips off. Oh my god, this was a mistake. Okay, well, I got it on there. This is some good super glue. I've been working at this for about 5-10 minutes now. My fingertips are very raw. Luckily, I have some callus on there. Reminds me of this one time that I super glued my eyelid shut. I was a little kid, and I decided to open up a brand new bottle of super glue. And it was like one of those tube ones, and I was I was holding the tube and I was squeezing it. I don't know why, but I was squeezing it. I didn't understand physics back then, I guess, but I was squeezing it while I poked the hole in the tube, and it just shot in my eye. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. Never did that again. I didn't go to school that day. My grandma had to get, my grandma was, she was a nurse, and my grandfather was a doctor, so I was over there when it happened, and luckily, they helped me and helped get my eye unglued. It was a delicate procedure. Probably should have gone to some kind of a emergency room, but they took care of me. I felt like I was in good hands, and I knew I was in good hands, as a matter of fact, because, once you're a practitioner of medicine, you're always a practitioner of medicine, at least in my heart. Okay, I'll be back when I finally get this off my main finger. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do the rest of the work like this. This is pretty convenient. It's always at finger length away, when I'm, doing other work, and be like, where's that bridge? Oh, here it is. Ouch. Yeah, it pulled off some of my fingertips. Anyway, we got it on there. It was successful. I got it on there pretty straight, honestly. I thought I got it on there crooked. I was like, damn it, I'll fix it. But it's good. So I'm going to shave this down a bit. And I have a lot more faith in super glue. Wood on wood contact. A lot more respect for super glue now. Anyway, here we go. Woo! Let's see, 5 more passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do it. Okay, here's how it looks. I need to do a little more sanding right here, but I rounded it off pretty decent. It's about as good as I can get it here, but it's functional. Oh! Well, the bridge is done. It's my first bridge I've ever made, and I think it's going to work well. What do you think? Is that enough clamps? It's a box. Let's go ahead and plane this and get the final thickness of around 2 millimeters. Okay, let's do a tap test before. I did the back kind of, but the top is most important. Okay, this is the thinnest soundboard I've done. This is entirely experimental, so we'll see how it goes. You can actually see the top flexes on this little thing, which is good. You want it to have movement. Woo, we got some gappage there. I'm gonna have to cut this off here. Oh my God. I've been carving into the wrong wood. I thought I was still carving the top. Oh my gosh. We got it channeled out. So now the problem is there's a little nub right here, but it's really fragile. So, and it's right at the edge of the guitar. This might be the ticket. It'll be a long process, but I think this will work. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. It's in there. Glue will make up the rest. There's all the sides done. Let's make a mess. We'll check back in a couple hours and see if it's set. I'm going to try some clamps again, but I'm trying to go easy with the clamps. And I'm also going to try to reinforce the back end with a single piece of wood so it's not putting too much pressure on one part of the guitar. Because on my first guitar I cracked the braces. I don't want to do it in this one because this is a really thin top and a really thin back. Okay, come on now. It's about as good as I'm going to get it. I'm going to leave a little bit of glue around there because there's a slight curve to the wood anyway, so it'll help fill some gaps. The bridge looks huge on it. Adds a lot of rigidity though. You hiding, Chiggy? Okay. Here it is before sanding. Still gotta, you know, get the edges a little bit smoother. Looking pretty good. Probably one of my better headstocks I've done out of the 3. Let's try that. There we go. I think that's good. Yep. I have a card scraper clamped to this thing. Hopefully that's going to keep me in line so I don't cut too much of this nut off. Once I notch out the nut should be low enough, and then I'm going to lower this a bit. I also haven't cut the sound hole yet, so it will be more resonant, but it's going to sound good. These strings suck. Okie dokie, I still need to do some fret work. I need to level the frets, and I need to finish it, you know, sand, do the final sand, and then, you know, stain it. But we do have a working guitar here. It actually sounds pretty big. Stainless steel jumbo frets. I'm covering the hole. See, that's the highest note you can hit on it. I'm tuning it to A standard, but drop to a G, so it's drop G. I don't know what to play on it, but hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you.
Now to step up. Yep. Now it's your turn. Can you keep up?